The World Cup is just days away, and we're following several developing stories both on and off the field.
Well, new this afternoon, a FIFA World Cup referee has been denied entry to the U.S. Omar Attan was set to become the first Somali referee to officiate.
A World Cup for them, not us. That is the headline from the BBC ahead of the World Cup kickoff at the end of this week, proving that Trump's World Cup problem isn't going away. A new BBC piece captures the anger from fans who say that this tournament is becoming, quote, a World Cup for them, but not us.
Me hubiera encantado, todavía espero por ahí algún milagro que pueda suceder para poder, pues poder ir, si puedo, con mi hijo, con mi papá, con mi hermano, para poder otra vez poder ir a un estadio, pero es muy complicado. Sí hay boletos, pero el tema es los precios.
When ticket prices were announced last year, fans around the world reacted with shock.
I think it's impossible for 90% of the people to go see a match, a soccer match. It's really insane.
On continuera à supporter l'équipe de France, bien sûr, mais c'est vrai que de loin, quoi, hein, à 10 000 km. Mais ouais, c'est dommage.
Realmente quem ama futebol não tá nem aí com valores, só que tem uma condições.
FIFA is using dynamic pricing and hasn't released full details on ticket prices. But supporters groups have drawn contrasts with the last World Cup in Qatar. At the 2022 final, the most expensive tickets cost around $1,600. But for the 2026 final, that's more than 20 times higher at over $32,000.
The tournament that's supposed to be universal, the beautiful game where people come from every continent, every income level, every background, and they all converge around football. But under Donald Trump, the US portion of the World Cup is becoming a nightmare, with fans' visas being revoked despite spending money on travel already and having had their visas previously approved. It's filtering the global event through travel bans, visa chaos, immigration fears, and ICE anxiety.
Be it the denial of visas for journalists from certain countries, or the rejection of a visa for a coach of a team, as well as single-day visas for specific foreign national teams. This is anathema to what this tournament is supposed to be about. If we cannot even allow the players, the teams, and the journalists covering those teams to come into this city and this country, then it begs a larger question about our commitment to the spirit of this tournament. And we want this to be a tournament that reflects our commitment to us being part of something larger than ourselves, and that's the world's game, which everyone should be able to be a part of.
And the most damning example right now comes via a news story concerning a Somali referee, Omar Attan. The referee was denied entry to the United States for the World Cup, according to a Somali government official. Attan was named as a match official for the tournament in April and had been set to become the first Somali to referee at a World Cup. Now, according to a senior advisor to Somalia's Ministry of Youth and Sports, Attan had a valid visa to enter the US, but was turned away and was flown back to Istanbul. The advisor said, quote, denying him entry to the United States and preventing him from officiating scheduled matches harms not only him personally, but also undermines football's commitment to fairness, merit, and the spirit of fair play. Attan is one of Africa's most respected referees and deserves the support of the entire football community. And the thing is, he was set to make history, right? And at the time of this video, he's still not being guaranteed entry. So the opportunity for him to make history as a FIFA appointed match official seems to be in jeopardy. This guy's a professional referee, right? One of the people needed to actually run the tournament. And yet, according to reporting from the Associated Press recently, his denial at Miami International Airport has sent shockwaves across FIFA trying to understand. But what's there to understand? This is what they endorsed, right? When they gave Trump a FIFA Peace Prize. And this is not just, some fans are worried about entry, right? This is a FIFA chosen official unable to enter the country that he was chosen to officiate in. I mean, and it poses a question, right? If a World Cup referee can be turned away, what does that mean for ordinary fans? The message it sends is clear. Even if you follow the process, even if you have the paperwork, even if FIFA selects you to officiate in the world's biggest tournament, you may still be treated like a problem at the border.
The 2026 World Cup is now just days away, but there are still questions over what role ICE will play during the tournament. White House border czar Tom Homan spoke with our Camila Montoya Galvez and had this to say.
Can you clarify what type of role ICE will be engaging in at the World Cup? Are ICE agents just expected to provide security at the stadiums, or is there a possibility that they could conduct immigration enforcement during the tournament?
We're going to conduct our Homeland Security work and make sure that those events are safe and doesn't pose a national security issue.
But the priority in that mission is not to arrest people who are in the country illegally, or is that also part of the campaign?
There's no priority doing immigration enforcement action at those events. But we have a national security responsibility that we're going to carry out. And in process of that, if we find a national security issue and it involves an illegal alien, of course we're going to take action on that. But the primary focus is keep those events safe, keep this nation safe, and keep the spectators and the athletes safe.
Are you saying, Mr. Homan, that the public and also visitors from abroad should not be concerned about ICE engaging in immigration arrests during the World Cup?
We're focused on our national security issues, and that's what we're going to be focusing on.
And the thing is, this ties directly into everything that we have been warning about on our videos concerning Trump's World Cup problem, right? We've seen hotels already underperforming, US host cities are lagging behind the expected economic boom, and Canada and Mexico are becoming the better option for many, while civil rights groups have issued a travel advisory warning to the US. And now this BBC story shows that there's a human version to all of these problems, right? People who have spent thousands of dollars might not even be able to attend. You see, Trump wants the prestige of hosting the World Cup, right? While also trying to maintain his politics of travel bans and mass immigration enforcement. And we had warned that those two things would most certainly collide, especially under the guidance of this president and his new head of Homeland Security. Countless outlets have already reported that fans from countries like Senegal and Ivory Coast had their World Cup plans thrown into uncertainty because of Trump's travel restrictions and the ever-evolving situation there. And Americans here at home, they understand the danger as well. If you look at a recent Washington Post and University of Maryland poll, they found that roughly 65% of Americans actually oppose ICE agents being stationed at World Cup stadiums. Even Americans can see that Trump's immigration posture is wrong for allegedly the world's most welcoming tournament.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill questioned Homeland Security leaders today over immigration enforcement and their presence during the upcoming World Cup. ICE leaders say attendees will have a safe and secure event. NBC4's Christian Caceres live for us in San Bernardino County with what those immigration leaders had to say. Christian.
Well, Colleen, I can tell you that Trump immigration officials faced some tough questions today by Democratic members of Congress over their use of force, masked agents, and some even calling for DHS to be dismantled. But now some say they are concerned about how all of this could impact the World Cup. As the 2026 FIFA World Cup draws near, Democratic lawmakers fear Trump's immigration crackdown could have an impact on attendees. Today, lawmakers narrowing in on those that oversee the departments.
You realize that if they feel that they're going to be wrongfully incarcerated or wrongfully pulled out, that's going to hurt this entire process. I hope you realize that.
Yes, ma'am. And ICE is dedicated to ensuring that everyone that visits their facilities will have a safe and secure event.
The heads of the three major immigration agencies facing members of the House Homeland Security Committee for several hours as they were criticized for their use of force, masked agents, and what some claim are unlawful arrests of American citizens.
Are you surveilling U.S. citizens today?
No, sir.
Those people protesting, practicing their First Amendment right, photos of them, data taken, they're not being placed in any kind of a database?
There is no database for protesters, sir.
Still, officials steered clear about making any comments about ongoing investigations, like the shooting of Alex Preddy and Renee Good.
I mean, they know that the World Cup should feel open, festive, and safe, not tense, surveyed, and hostile. And by the way, FIFA doesn't escape blame here either, right? Gianni Infantino has done nothing but cater to Trump's every wish at every step, while somehow making the tournament even more unaffordable for the people who make it what it is, which is the fans. I mean, in a recent example, if not from pressure from Mamdani, it seems that those already forking out an arm and a leg to just attend the games would have to shell out, what, another 12 or 14 bucks on a water in sweltering heat because there was a ban on bringing your own water bottles in. But FIFA, they've been well aware of the issues that the United States poses at the moment and did nothing to dissuade the president. They just made up a peace prize and gave it to him. And if FIFA cannot guarantee that selected officials can enter the host country, then what exactly did it guarantee other than this being a tournament for the wealthy? And yeah, there's an economic cost to all of this if the tournament doesn't perform as well as many expected. The World Cup is supposed to bring an economic boom, which Trump desperately needs, by the way, considering most Americans are dissatisfied with the state of the economy. But this is just the latest headline in a long list of articles that tell a very different story.
New Meidas merch. Head to store.meidastouch.com today and get yourself the best pro-democracy gear and show your support. That's store.meidastouch.com.